Welcome to Your OC Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, this show can be a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you're easily offended, don't watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 44 for January 9th, 2015. This week it's the Comander and Smooth show, and we're doing what we do best, talking about cute ponies. That being said, this episode is going to be featuring two good OCs from both of us, so sit back and try and enjoy us two babbling idiots. My name is Commander Sparkle, the host for this show, and assistant project manager, and I'm joined by...
Smooth Sailing, and I'm the editor.
Like I said, this week it's only me and Smooth. We're having our whole two-person block thingamajig that we're doing, I guess. It's gonna be interesting, to say the very, very least. We will try to not bore anyone to tears and actually fill up an episode.
Yeah, and then and then at the very end we will be rolling to see who goes next. And possibly pitying whoever it is.
Hoping it's not us.
well, there's only one combination that's not
I know.
Of us, and that's number 2.
Anyways, guess we should just sort of get into it. Try and actually stay on track. And talk about fan art! We got a lot of fan art. There's at the moment of recording, there are 2.5 pages of fan art. And it's just me and Smooth, so we're definitely not going to be covering all of this. Also, any pieces, even if it's a piece of fan art from this week, if somebody who's on the show next week wants to talk about a piece really bad, we'll still let them talk about it, so there might be overlap, just to let people know of that.
Yeah. That's going to suck for editing, but whatever.
I'm sorry, Smooth.
Hey, it means that I also get to take from that rule. If there's something that, on next week and I'm not on next week or something like that, hypothetical situation, I might be on next week. Watch till the end of the episode to find out. Then I can still do that also. But for now, I'm just kind of stalling time so I can get as many of these images on screen as I can before we can move on to the next part, because there are a lot.
Hey, we can talk about them for a little bit. It'll be a short episode.
Yeah. Okay, so, what do you want to talk about first?
Oh, God, I don't even know. We just got so much that I'm not even sure what I should talk about first.
Well, we could always talk about the thing we did right after the show last week that we thought we would definitely not do right after the show ever again, especially since Maddie wanted to go to sleep really badly, and then we spent 2 hours
if you don't know what Smooth is referring to is the fact that we had another stream immediately after recording an episode last week, and we played Speedrunners once more. And Betty was very tired, but and we got the that was when we got the In Mustache We Trust, right?
Yeah,
which is reference to the whole Mummified Markiplier thing.
Yeah,
and then we
also got the cheering for their speedrunners.
The super cute, I don't care what you say, Cat, it's really cute, super cute picture that Cat in the Clouds drew of us, or not of us, but for us, of all of the OCs that she picked to have sort of be, I don't know if they're technically shipped with us in her mind.
Oh goodness.
I know some of them are. You can tell with that loving weight. Oh man.
So freaking cute. Oh my goodness.
All of them are really cute, except for Citrus Sundrop. She is just into that shit. She is like, I don't even care how I look. Fucking, you rock this shit. And I'm like, whoa! Hardcore. It's fucking, I guess, is that what, sports fans are like or something?
I assume so.
I guess. It's scary. But it is really cute, and Mutely, or I'm assuming that version is Mutely, which, I don't know. But whichever, female muted knight is also really cute with the sign. It's adorable.
Cake is so cute, go Smooth!
They're all really cute. Seriously. in terms of other fan art, I got a really cute picture of my OC dressed as Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls, which I am rewatching Gravity Falls and trying to get caught up now, partially because of this, partially for other reasons, but it's super great because I totally love Dipper, and I totally can see myself as being Dipper, and I have a feeling from these comments that she is going to be drawing more of this.
So last week we spoke a bit about fanfuls thing that may have happened. Maybe that was a bad idea of acknowledging it at all, because now there's more.
There's a lot more.
Now there's a lot more, yes.
A lot more. Let's see. I don't even know. There's one. There's two.
There's another
there's three.
fanful of us, Comander.
Oh my god, yes.
There's a set of you and Mummified and me and Medi.
Yep.
That was done as well.
What was the other McWolfity one? Was that Medi and Mummified?
Medi and Mummified.
And let's see.
It's difficult to keep track of all of these children now. You see, if you wouldn't do your genetic experiments...
No, you get the fuck out. I am not pushing the boundaries of life in my spare time. I swear to God. I'm just doing science things. We also got the first 2 pages or parts, not necessarily pages, of a comic from Ask Splashy Sparks of like my journal on genetic experiments, which I swear I'm not doing. Apparently, it's just a thing that everyone thinks, that I am some fucking, like, Mengele motherfucker, and I'm just trying to, like, fuck with, like, what we know about life and just do things that are, like...
I can believe it.
No! I would not do that! You shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! Oh my god! I swear to God, it's not me. We got so many pieces. I guess
so much.
Like, I just don't even I really like the traditional art we got from what was it, Ninja Turtle Girl. I don't see as much traditional art. It's always really nice and super cute. Did each of us individually and a group shot.
Freaking adorable.
Loved it. When I saw, because they posted on my reference sheet, they're like, "Hey, I'm drawing fan art of you guys," and I'm like, and I looked at her gallery and I was like, "This is cute. I'm ready." Anything else you want to talk about?
Well, there's one last thing I have to talk about. There was maybe a thing that had been weighing on my mind for a few months, and an OC that I may have said was like the best in my mind ever of all time that we'd featured on the show and stuff. And there may have been like a comic made about that, and it may have been absolutely adorable.
It's adorable. Like, oh my god.
It's so cute.
See, this is why people think you're the cute one, Smooth. Like, I can't even like replicate that. Smooth is at a loss for words. Also, I'm gonna try this. Meme Kaji, if I'm remembering this correctly.
I think that's the correct pronunciation.
We apologize for mispronouncing your name so many times.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, that is not what I expected. That is not what I expected at all.
Yeah, we all got blindsided by that pronunciation.
Yeah. But seriously, this comic is super adorable, and Smooth, I when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, Smooth's gonna love this. So much.
Anyway, speaking of incredibly cute things...
That's our topic or theme or whatever for this episode. Whoa!
Wow.
Since it's just the two of us, we're gonna be switching it up a bit, and instead of rolling a die, we're actually gonna flip a coin to see who goes first. Because, you know, why not?
I mean, it's only 2 people, might as well flip a coin.
Yeah? Do you have a coin ready?
I do.
Okay, so,
Heads, Comander goes first. Tails, I go first. Because, well, because you're first of us, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get heads. You get tails. And... That's a heads! Screw you!
No!
Yes!
I'm totally prepared, everyone!
Also remember, we're doing 2 goods, so...
Yeah, 2 goods.
Though we have 2 goods, it's not really like a good part 1 and a good part 2 like we usually do.
These are just goods.
Where the good part 2 has things that we're like, oh, I would have brought it on for good part 1, but reason. No, both of these are full-fledged goods.
Yeah.
So we're not even gonna acknowledge them as good part 1 and good part 2. It's just good, and good.
We're being assholes and only taking the good OCs. That's all I could think about when I was doing that. I was like, wow.
Hey. We're jerks.
We're totally jerks. Anyways, to transition into the actual OC, the OC I brought on for my first good is T-Cloud by T-Butts, which... I don't even need to say anything about that. So... T-Cloud is a, obviously, Pegasus female mare cute pone who is, from Cloudsdale. She's an inventor of teas and also a collector for her, occupation, and her, key mark features 3 leaves that are in a breeze, and she earned it during a flight lesson with, Knitwise, who is a pony that is their special sun pony now, and that's when she finally mastered flying on her own. And with this newfound skill, she realized all of her opportunities had opened in terms of spreading her tea making around Equestria, which resulted in the birth of her kitty mark. Which I'm assuming for that they're saying that by being able to fully fly, they were either able to go places and find and create more teas, or just spread their business, which... I could go either way on how that exactly works, but I think the key mark is well designed. Her likes are tea and tea accessories and leafy stuff and adventure and outdoorsy kinds of things. Seems like that type. Dislikes negative emotions, overconfidence, overly crowded places, and sedentary lifestyles. Let's see. She has the ability of creating teas from pretty much any, general kind of food ingredient. It has recipes that can help heal people, heal ailments such as, poisons, and just make people feel good. And that is how that be. Backstory is a little bit long, but they have a TLDR, so I'll try to go over that really quickly. Before T was born, which T is her nickname, I'm guessing, T's mom was really sick and was having trouble having a child, and became ill after finally she became pregnant, and couldn't find anything that could cure her. And then her father traveled to Canterlot to find a unicorn who could create an elixir to cure her. That unicorn was known for remedies and ailments and stuff like that. And the remedy worked, but despite that, T was born with sort of stunted wings, and she was born underweight, so it had sort of hurt her initial development. But despite that, there's a lot of despiting in this. But despite that,
good and then bad, and then good and then bad and then good.
But despite training, she pretty much never was able to improve her flying. Or really become very physically strong, so she turned more to the, knowledge and books and learning about stuff, she really loved fauna. No, wait, not fauna, flora. Words.
Yeah.
Words are hard.
Yeah.
And traveled, and since she was born in Cloudsdale, she later traveled to the surface to fulfill her dreams of making tea, like the unicorn who had saved her and her mother. And now she plans on traveling all over Equestria to share her creations and stuff like that, which I can imagine being able to fly be pretty useful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
So basically, she's a traveling cleric alchemist who wants to heal the people.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good descriptor of that.
That's a good person.
But even better, look at how cute she is. This is the meat of this episode, people. Let's be serious. Look at that. Look at that fucking look at that mane. Look at how fucking cute that is. That little fucking like bun thing and squiggles and fucking look at she's just so happy. Just fucking
Yeah, she's incredibly cute.
Yeah, and look at that face at the bottom, the front facing one. It's so
And that yearling face?
Every one of these pictures is adorable, and I want to hug it.
Also, her colors are really nice.
God damn it, Sue. I was just going to bring up the fact that I thought I was going to be like, I don't know about you, but I think her colors are really nice. Then what'd you do? You fucking had to be like, hey, these are your fucking colors.
Yeah,
I'm
screw
smooth
you.
and I'm going to take your ideas.
Screw you. You do that to me all the time.
I know I do.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting episode.
Very interesting. A lot of floundering about trying to figure out what to say and being jerks. And jerks. But
she gives a very minty feel to her. I'm not a connoisseur of tea. In fact, I almost never have tea because I cannot stand it.
I don't like tea.
Is that normal for tea?
I don't know. I mean,
wow.
Here's the thing. I don't drink tea either, so I just think she's really cute, and I think that the character is just really like generally well crafted. The one thing like I'm not 100% sure how I feel is like the cutie mark, but I can sort of rationalize how that works with the character.
I personally, for the cutie mark, I would just have it be one of the solid colors for the green.
Yeah.
Instead of having them a green inside and a green outside, I'd probably just have it one of the two solid colors.
Yeah, and then you can have the wind as well.
Because it contrasts against the coat well enough that they're visible already, so you might...
Yeah, I can agree. Just have that like lighter with the fill.
Yeah.
Given they aren't very complicated right now, but...
Yeah. Still.
Just simplicity's sake.
Yeah. Also, it appears that she has some kind of white marking on her flank.
I'm assuming that it symbolizes the wind, because I think she talked about that. Yeah, it's three leaves floating on a breeze. I'm assuming the white is the breeze.
Well, it's there since fillyhood.
Now I'm confused.
I assume it's not part of her cutie mark, and it's just the whole butt mark thing.
Freaking butt marks.
That I'm like, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I personally am not usually a huge fan of them, but I don't know. I don't think I think it works okay here. It's not too, like, it's not, like, egregiously white where it's like, hey, here's this pure white, stick on my flank. It's just, like, sort of a tone, or would it be toned down? A lighter?
It looks almost exactly like slate. And slate is one of my favorite colors, / almost not a color, since it's so gray.
I was just thinking it looks like a very, sort of, like, light version of the coat. Almost.
Oh, yeah, but it's getting close to slate.
I guess, yeah. I like the way that the yellow works with the green, because, I mean, yellow and green aren't very, like, contrasting or anything. What, orange? Is it orange? Oh, yeah, it is an orange. I don't know. My monitor plays tricks on me. Fuck you. Bastard. But I don't know. My point is that like, they're I mean, orange is a bit farther, but it's still not too far away on the color wheel from green, but it still has, it still really pops from the character. You know, like, you know what I'm trying to say.
I think it pops really well because it's orange, and orange is, almost red.
Orange is a great color.
Yeah, orange is a really good color. And apparently it works with green sometimes.
I really love the brown that was used here, because a lot of times when I see brown used on the manes of ponies, it's really dark, which can work in some situations, but I generally try to stay away from most darker colors, and this is on the lighter end, and I think that even in the darkest spots, like that is like a perfect brown for like pastel colored ponies. But
yeah, I like it. It's good.
I don't know. It's really good. I think this OC has really fun colors, and then the character sheet also. There's no. I think that one thing that I should mention about the character sheet that I really like is that no matter where it is on the sheet, you can tell like everything pops out because everything's slightly outlined in white.
It's definitely helpful.
Which, that is a thing that I would honestly recommend people do maybe a bit more often, especially if they're having trouble figuring out exactly what color to make the background. Because I can't count the number of times I've seen characters and then reference sheets that have like the background and the character being so close to the same color, and it messes with your vision. But this just makes it so it perfectly pops out, which I love.
It's really good.
Yeah. I like this OC. I like her character, like her personality, because did I even talk about her personality?
A little bit, I think.
I don't know if I did talk about her personality, so I'm just gonna shoehorn it in a little bit right here, because she's pretty much like doesn't like that whole generalized cocky Pegasus Rainbow Dash sort of attitude, and she's just a really down-to-earth, like mellow kind of pony, which I think fits really well because with the whole like not only the visuals of this pony being just really easy on the eyes and stuff like that, but just the fact like when I think of T, it's just a very like relaxing thing. I don't even like T, and that's how I think about T.
I really wish I liked T just for that.
I wish I liked T too, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's just not.
But I think the personality fits really well. I think that the way that they tied in the story of how like all the problems that were happening from before and how that sort of led to what her talent is and what she wanted to do with her life. I think that's a really interesting take, because I mean we've seen so many OCs with like they had a complication at birth, or there's some problem with something or something,
and then they don't grow from it at all. It's just
This person took both the parts of the whole having some like kind of birth defect of like not having fully functioning wings. I'm assuming that's what it was. Not exactly how it was described. And then also the stuff that happened during the pregnancy, and taking all of the those like problems that were overcome by both the parents and herself, and incorporating that in the character in a way that I think really rounds it out and makes it a nicely defined character.
Yeah.
So I guess moving on to the next OC.
Oh man,
transitions are hard.
We better roll that coin
Whoa!
To see who goes next.
Whoa!
Oh man, the magic! It was a tails. Anyway.
Oh, left, you got heads like every single time.
Actually,
oh damn! I
know. This is Ribbon Beat. Ribbon Beat is training to be a nurse. She's shy, kind of more of a follower than a leader. Can't really stand up for herself, even though she wants to, and same with others. And she has low self-confidence, and trips a lot, and kind of clumsy. Or at least that's how she was when she was alive.
Dun dun dun!
Because she is actually a ghost. How did that happen? Well, let us look into her backstory to find the answer. She was born into a wealthy family of doctors. As in, her parents were doctors, and they were apparently really good at it, and doctoring had been in the bloodline. Most of the time, she was just kind of on her own, but couldn't really make friends because crippling shyness that a lot of characters have. But the people working at the hospital were able to keep her company, so she wasn't like too lonely or anything like that. But most ponies just kind of ignored her. But at one point in her life, she was just taking a random walk, but she noticed that some filly, when she was incredibly young also, by the way, another young pony was on the ground in distress. Apparently they had hurt their hoof, and they were in a lot of pain. So Ribbon wrapped the filly's hoof and helped them get to the hospital, where Ribbon was kind of embarrassed about it the entire way, so she didn't notice that for the incredible kind thing and helpful doctorly thing that she was doing, or nurse-ish more thing, I suppose, that falls under, sort of. Helpful medical thing. There we go. I can't words. She'd actually gotten her cutie mark from it, but she didn't actually notice until it had been pointed out to her because she wasn't paying attention. It's too embarrassing.
Hey, it's on their flank. I mean, how
are they supposed to just see that? Yeah.
They feel it.
Apparently not, because so many ponies just don't feel it.
Yeah.
Her parents were thrilled, and they were like, medical stuff! Ooh. So then she decided instead of taking the path to become a doctor, she instead took the path to become a nurse, which kind of was like, parents were like, what? I don't understand. But she was just like, I'm a nurse. But whatever. They were okay with it, because they were loving parents. They were loving parents, and they loved their daughter. Unfortunately, one day, while apparently something incredibly important was going on, she fell down a flight of stairs inside the hospital, I believe it was, and she hit her head and could not get up. And she died there.
That takes like such a dark turn, like so fast.
That's honestly the one part of the entire story I'm kind of iffy about. However, this character, instead of taking like and then all of a sudden badness everywhere, instead she doesn't take an incredibly dark turn. She does come back as a ghost. However, she instead now uses her ability of being a ghost to make sure injuries like the filly on the ground that happened before don't happen again. So like if two ponies are bullying someone or something like that, hey, you know what? You know what scares off even bullies? Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it scares off the person that they were trying to help, too. But, hey, at least they aren't getting bullied anymore.
Yeah!
So now this pony goes around preventing bully stuff as a ghost, because that sounds like a good plan. So she even keeps her good nature even in death. Even when people just ignore her, and even when she's just on the ground dying there, and,
yeah. Dying.
Yeah.
People are jerks.
Yeah. So a little stuff about the appearance now. She's incredibly cute.
Yes, of course.
She's incredibly incredibly cute. Freaking love her design. And I actually kind of like the fact that she lost all color to herself when she became a ghost, besides the eyes.
But the eyes changed.
Yeah.
Which I'm interested, just Pony's eyes in this person's mind just turning red or whatever?
Well,
pinkish,
if you notice,
magenta.
the entire pony has now become almost completely white. Whereas she was cream before, she is now white, and her mane was a really powerful orange-brown.
Burnt orange.
Yeah, that one. And now it's incredibly close to white as well. I'm not exactly sure what color that is, but
It looks gray.
Yeah, it's gray. So she herself is grayscale, besides her eyes, which are now red, which is generally a common trope for ghost or supernatural character things in general. However, the accessories she wears are still there.
Yeah. Just a little bit faded.
Yeah, a little faded and a bit frayed here and there, like a bit things because she can't like fix them or anything, because she can't touch anything to fix them with, and she can't put on any other clothing of any kind because they're real, and these accessories have come with her to the afterlife because they are a part of who she is, in a way, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's what she had on her when she died, and that's generally how we think about it.
Yeah, for ghostly stuff.
But, yeah.
So, the accessories keep on the wear and tear of time, whereas she's just perfectly fine. Except for the whole not being able to sleep thing. Yeah, she's still suffering from not being able to sleep.
Seems kind of weird. You'd think that sleep wouldn't be a problem once you're dead.
Yeah, kind of like hunger and thirst. You'd think those would all just go away.
It's one of those things we do. Yeah. I'm really interested with the whole fact that the accessories and stuff get wear and tear, and especially since she doesn't interact. Like even though she's in this physical realm, she can't interact with it. So I think it's an interesting choice to have it so that the accessories feel this wear and tear of time. And also, you can notice that she's a little bit more fuzzy, so...
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder...
She's actually kind of taking the wear and tear of time as well, I suppose, in a way.
Which makes me wonder, why don't ponies just get fuzzy?
But ponies are fuzzy.
Ponies are so fuzzy.
It's usually they're just so well-groomed and well-kept. But she is now getting maximum cuteness adorable load of fuzzness.
Yeah, gotta say though, she's definitely very cute. Though, I still just... I don't know, I still don't know how I feel about the whole ghost thing. I think I would have less of a problem with it if it felt very sort of shoehorned to...
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Unfortunately, I get that as well.
Yeah, because I think what would be really interesting is... Because she doesn't... It's sort of... I mean, yeah, she's sort of... it talks about how she's clumsy, and she trips over stuff a lot, which is obviously setting up for the fact that she trips down the stairs. But, I mean, maybe if you could elaborate upon it, maybe that she was, rushing to try and help some pony for her job or something like that to have it tie into something. I'm not sure what the best way to do it would be. I mean, writing a story where a character turns into a ghost and it doesn't seem just kind of random. I mean, death, I guess, kind of is random.
Making ghost characters is incredibly difficult. I like the fact that she does come back as kind of an unrested spirit kind of thing, because that's what ghosts are usually actually thought as.
Stuck in the plane of existence that we know until she can fulfill her destiny.
I'm just not sure it was incredibly done to the best of its ability, because maybe... I don't know, maybe if you see someone on the ground, possibly in pain, and maybe even bleeding, or, like they're not doing well, maybe not ignore them, because something... People are jerks.
Also, just, Like, how often do people trip down the stairs and end up dying?
It depends on how many stairs. Also,
That's
how
true.
you land. I imagine
guess.
with ponies it's a lot easier to land somewhere that would be a very bad place to land.
I guess, yeah.
Especially with having to go down the stairs face first. Because,
Yeah!
because they're quadrupeds, and the whole... Yeah.
I like the character, I wish I had more things to say about how to try and make the transition to the ghost state a little bit better. Just because I'd say it's the only real point that I'm just like, of the character. The rest of it I think is really good.
Yeah, I really love this character, but that's the only part that bugs me. Everything else I'm just perfectly fine with.